Hi, it's me again. I just wanted to record an extra little video to express to you how much I appreciate it that you've chosen to become one of my patrons today. And to me, it's so much more than just the money. Money is nice, obviously. It lets me buy bananas and plushies and all kinds of useful and delightful things. But the part that's really meaningful to me is, so for most of you watching this, we've never met. I mean, surely my friends and family are watching this too, so if that happens to be you, hi. This part doesn't apply to you. But for most of you watching this, you're a stranger from the internet. And yet still you took it upon yourself to click through to my Patreon link and read a bunch of stuff and click a bunch of buttons, all to give me money to send me money to do my writing. And I assume that this is an indicator that my writing connected with you on some level, even if it was just entertainment, like that's something. And I know maybe this video is getting a little bit long and a little bit sappy, but I wanted to read for you a comment that was left on one of my earliest stories that I wrote, or one of the earliest stories where I felt good enough about it to post it on the internet for strangers to read, which is a super scary experience. And this was in 2010, and it was also fan fiction, different fandom. And this story in particular was a tragic romance, as it happens. And when I'm writing a story like that, a big part of my process is just literally me lying in bed crying, like working myself into a state so that I can then write about it. And anyway, I'm gonna read this for you, and this review makes it's got really expressive punctuation, by the way. It's got these emphatic periods and ellipses, so when I'm reading this, these aren't my pausing choices. This is written into the review. And so here's what it says. It says, "From the deepest part of my heart, I tell you this. The most heartbreaking story I have ever read, period. That's all, man. I just can't write much more right now. I'm just all too emotionally torn by this story. It's so beautiful, but at the same time horrible. I'm just too fucked up right now. I have the worst heartache ever, and it feels like I have a big stone in my throat, and then it just cuts off. It just leaves off there." Right? So that heartache that they were writing about, that heartache, that stone in their throat, that stone was in my throat when I was lying in bed creating this story, and then I wrote it down, and then now the stone is in your throat. And keep in mind, this was one of the first times I'd ever gotten feedback like this, I'd ever published anything, and so to me this was just voodoo, witchcraft, sorcery of the highest order. And I don't know this person, I don't know their name, I don't know anything about them, and yet we've shared this kind of intimate connection, if you think about it, through this shared emotional experience that we both had. And anyway, so all of this is just a super rambling way for me to say I think it's really cool that you read my stuff and you liked it, and you liked it enough, evidently, to send me what's essentially a monthly allowance to keep doing it. So, yeah, that means a lot to me. And I wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I wanted to, yeah, I'm gonna, on my end, do as much as I can to make this be worthwhile for you. So, thanks again. Bye-bye.